what essentially Butoh is, what is its history, where does it originate from, what does it try and do as a dance or a theater form. Tell us more about it.
Okay, so Japanese Butoh came from Japan originally. From the 60s, it was, some say, a reaction to all the traumas that were happening. The atomic bomb hit, but many other things, like, for instance, in factories, maybe there were some chemical spills. It created this, like mercury, for instance, it went into the bloodstream. It created deformities. So there was this artist who wanted to resonate with the marginalized and maybe things of the shadows, society's shadows, personal shadows, and bring this into the spotlight, shadows. So this is the emphasis of Butoh, which differentiates this from other art forms. So maybe you have modern dance, contemporary ballet, and they're focused on what's pretty in the flowers. But this Butoh is actually, yes, it can have this, but it's like, well, what's hidden? What's behind? What's behind? And let's also perform this. This is the specialty of Butoh, actually.
So is it a dark form of art?
Yes, it's associated with a dark form, but the most important thing to get from this darkness is that what is dark? Soil is dark, and from rich soil you can get some nice beautiful flowers. This is the main concept of Butoh. Butoh is about creation, it's about imagination.
You know, I think that's the most intriguing dance and art form that I've seen in my entire life. What is it? I could see that there's a lot of effort that is going on because, you know, I could see those muscles stretching
Right.
and you kind of pulling your body tightly and all that. But I kind of was left a little confused in terms of what is it all about and what is it that you're trying to express. So if you could actually shed more light on that.
Yes. So the confusion is a good thing. This
Correct.
is what we want.
Okay.
It's called obscuring the body. This is the very first premise, basically, of Butoh,
Uh-huh.
is that we hide our secret.
Uh-huh.
So there are many things going on, and they're very authentic. So the most important thing for audience or anybody watching is that you felt something. It doesn't matter. The meaning doesn't matter. It's, like something happened in my body, and this is basically the best thing that matters for this, for Butoh.
But what was it that you were trying to convey through that?
Through this expression,
Through the expression, through whatever you did there, because you know, there was a variety of stuff that you did as part of your entire performance.
Right.
I somehow felt that you were probably taking a shower in one part of the performance when you did all that on your body, and then after that, you know, you were in agony, pain,
Yes.
and at the same time, your expressions were also, you know, there's something mystic about the whole performance. So if you could elaborate that.
Yes. So everybody will also will see certain motifs, like you saw the shower thing, but there were so many endless things happening. So what I was doing is a concept called jumping wild. It's a Subbody Butoh term. It means resonating with your environment and shifting from one world to the other. So for instance, you know, I was doing so many different things. Well, I was entering into different worlds and then jumping from this world to the other world. So maybe, for instance, maybe the world of the lights. Oh, the lights, they do something to me. I resonate with this. I make it a dance. And then, okay, that's enough. And then I go to the next world, something internal, a memory. Maybe a memory of being in the camera. I don't know. So endless jumps. And this is called jumping wild. And it's improvisation. This was an improvisation.
Wow. So is this very similar to, I don't know if you have seen the movie Inception, wherein you move from one dream world to another dream
Yes,
world?
this is a
This
very
is very
good
similar to
metaphor.
that?
Yes.
I think
yes.
that's a good analogy to draw.
This is a very, very good analogy, actually.
Fantastic. Also explain one thing. In the evening when you perform today, will you be having lights and elements around you to describe the different worlds that you're moving into?
The lights?
As in, I'm talking about the backdrop and all that stuff. So will there be any indications that you're switching from one world to the other? How does it work during a regular performance of Butoh?
It's more body based. Like I will shift, and sometimes yes, you could do lights, props, but it's the most important thing in Butoh is that it comes from the body first, and then everything else, lights, props, costume is supplementary. But I will be in costume, so it's going to be a little bit different here. I came here in improvisation, but today's show will actually be a show, like with.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. We really, really appreciate the fact that you actually joined us this morning and added a new dimension to Claim to Fame. One last question. I could sense a little bit of haunted kind of an energy in this performance. Is that the objective?
It can be. I mean, this is a stereotype of Butoh, and it's nice because it's not too performed. You know, beauty is performed a lot, so it's nice to see another element, horror or
correct,
creepy.
exactly, horror, haunted kind of an energy.
Yes, horror, the creepy, the awkward.
A little bit of nostalgia, missing something good in your life.
Yes, anything that especially you don't want to show. Butoh is like, hey, I'll show this. I can even make the ugly beautiful. Like this is the art of this Japanese dance.
Fantastic. You know what is intriguing about this whole performance is that to each his own. So I think at the end of the performance, the audience would be, yes, left confused, but at the same time, they can have their own interpretation.
Absolutely.
So my interpretation could be different from somebody else's interpretation.
Yes.
Fantastic. Wonderful having you. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate the fact that you came down and met us and performed for us. We wish you all the very best for your performance today, as well as your workshops that will follow in Hyderabad and rest of the country.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Well, that's all we had from Claim to Fame this morning. What you need to do if you believe that you deserve this platform is you need to write into us. My email ID is fairly simple, ravi.dhulipala@indiaheadnews.com. That's reflecting on the bottom on the screen. Use that, reach out to me, and who knows, for all you know, this could be yours the next moment. With that, we'll call it a wrap right now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned for that.